when a man finally sees the light. You know, if you're in this grind like the rest of us are, the rest of us dogs, these killers, these ambitious, competent men, trying to live up to our potential, not realizing that we do that every single day, you'll know that there's a day where you finally see the light. And I just want this to be like a message for y'all that have been grinding for a while and not seeing like the fruits of your labor. You know what I mean? Because it could be very exhausting. It could be very monotonous to go through life just grinding and grinding and grinding, and with the pressure that that you're not making any progress, which isn't true at all. But trees start with roots underground first, right? A lot of the times the Lord doesn't allow us to get the things that we want right away because, quite frankly, we do not have the roots, the proper foundation to be able to handle the things that we want. And we get things based off of who we are, not based off of what we think we deserve or we think we could handle. If you're not having something in your life, you're not getting something that you want in your life, reflect on the type of man that you are. And then when you align yourself with whatever it is that you want to get, then you will begin to receive the fruits of your labor, right? It takes time for our internal results, our internal results to catch up to our reality. We could make the proper psychological shifts, identity shifts, and we could still experience what's called identity lag, where basically it takes a while for the world to respond to who you are, right? And this is something that we all live with. Everybody that's ambitious, that's intelligent, and that is competent, we are always in that phase of when is shit gonna finally happen? You know what I mean? Like, we've understood who we are, we understand who we are, and we finally accepted ourselves fully and integrated ourselves, and we're waiting between what we know we should have and reality to catch up to that. And that's a very painful process, but like the scripture says, let patience have her perfect work, right? And I say this because to relate it to my own life, I spent a whole year cold approaching, and I kid y'all not, like, fucking hell, I was going crazy. All of 2025, I was going crazy because I would go on major rejection streaks and going months without dates. Months. And there was many psychological things that I had to overcome, many limiting beliefs that I had to overcome to finally break through. But I will tell you, like, the moment that actually changed everything for me was the moment I actually stopped depending on the outcome of an approach. The moment I stopped depending on, oh, okay, is this woman finally going to say yes to us going out on a date? Because obviously, you want to go out with these women and, fucking get to know them and, create a connection and, other shit. I mean, come on, we're men. But there was a time period of like 3-4 months straight where I think I even went actually 6 or 7 months straight, guys, like where I did not fucking see a date at all. I was just out here fucking getting rejected and talking to these women. And you know I remember the day I finally had that major breakthrough. It was in September of 2025 or October, where I said, you know what, I see the value in this. I see the value of creating connections with people and being able to initiate social dynamics. I don't care if I get rejected 100 times straight. I don't care anymore. I finally hit my breaking point. I finally let go. I relate this to Vegeta trying to turn Super Saiyan. He's like, I didn't care anymore. I didn't care about whether I became a Super Saiyan or not. When you finally let go of that obsession, is when you'll finally see the light. That's when you'll finally, break through. And that's when you'll see things start coming to you, right? You'll start attracting things in your life instead of chasing them. And when you play that game of chase, you feel as you're fucking always running towards something, but it runs away from you. It's like a push-pull dynamic, right? And like I said at the start of the video, the day that you finally see the light, it's such a beautiful day. It's such a great day, because what you begin to realize, guys, is that the whole time you were chasing a better version of yourself. And when you begin to understand that and be grateful for the things that you've had to gone through, the things that you've had to endure in your pursuits, and you finally get that moment of damn, this whole time, like, I've been chasing this thing, to probably validate me, like I was with the woman, and this whole time I actually never took a chance to really recognize that it says a lot about me to even put my balls on the line. It says a lot about me to actually take action to be the man that I say that I am. And for me, like, all those times where I've seen the light, I finally seen the breakthrough, I finally see the fruits of my labor, they're they're filled with moments of gratitude to the Lord, because it's like, man, like, how much work I've been putting in, and like, just to finally see that breakthrough, it's so fucking surreal, and it just reinforces to me that this life is truly a video game, guys. And when you start to see life as a video game, rather than putting this pressure on yourself to live up to your potential, quote unquote, live up to the man that you know that you are, you'll realize that you've been him the whole time, and you've been chasing this illusional best version of yourself. Honestly, guys, you choose to be the best version of yourself each and every day. There's not a moment that moment that you see the light, when you see that true light, is the moment you accept that it's been you this entire time who makes shit happen. It's been you, your presence, that shifts rooms. It's not the things that you have, it's not how you present yourself, it's been you, the person that you are at your core, you know? Being the best version of yourself is a choice. Most people do not choose themselves. They don't choose that best version. They choose who they see themselves in their external reality, not how they see themselves inside. Because everybody has a fucking ego. I don't care what anybody says. Everybody has an ego. Everybody feels will say they feel highly about themselves. Most people will. But in their in the deep recesses of their mind, they don't feel shit about themselves. But you guys that are out there trying to make something happen for your life, for your family, for whoever it is, for yourself, it's you. You are already him. You are already great. But you haven't taken that time to accept it. So this elusive moment of light, when a man finally sees the light, it's seeing what the Most High has given him, the power that the Most High has given him. And what sucks for most men that are ambitious, they never get to this moment, because they've attached who they are to what they have or what they don't have. So they're chasing a high, a hit, every milestone, every win, not realizing that they're the ones making shit happen. The Lord gave them the power, the Lord gave them the knowledge, but true peace and wholeness is recognizing who our Creator is and recognizing what He has given us inside of us. We're all men. We all carry an essence of leadership, boldness, courage, but some men have higher levels of these things, because there's levels to life. There's levels to these virtues and attributes. There's levels to spirits. I say to say this, for y'all that are fighting in the fucking trenches right now, and you're like, when the fuck am I finally gonna break through and see the light? Let go of that moment. Let go of that moment. Let go of that feeling. Let go of that want of, I need to see the light. I need to see the fruits of my labor. I fucking guarantee you, the moment you do, you're gonna see shit accelerate. The The longer you stay attached to something in this physical world, the more it runs away from you, leaving you in cycles of when is it going to happen? When is it going to happen? When is it going to happen? And you know what? I will say we do fluctuate between acceptance and when is it going to happen? It's a marathon, guys. It's not a fucking sprint. You know, take the pressure off of yourselves and have fun, because when you compete against yourself and you compete against who you were a week ago, yesterday, you'll have so much more fulfillment in this life. Why walk around with this fucking internal timer saying, I need the life now. I need the, like, what is that gonna do for you? When a man finally sees the light is when a man finally recognizes his own power, his own strength, his own courage, his own boldness. I leave y'all with that. Peace.